If you're just counting on your financial advisor to make you a bunch of money, and then you just open the envelope at the beginning of or the end of the month to see where your results are, and then that's when you gripe about the stock market or whatever is going on. Well, you know what? It's because you're lazy and you're not doing anything about it. Hello and welcome to Pillars of Wealth Creation, where we talk about creating financial success with a special focus on business and real estate. I'm your host, Todd Dexheimer. Now, let's get to it. Are you ready to start investing in real estate today but don't know where to start? Sometimes investing can seem way too complicated, but it actually couldn't be any easier than with HomeInvest.com. You know the co-founder and my friend Nate Armstrong. He appeared on episode 20, and if you haven't heard it, go back and listen to it, episode number 20. Home Invest is a company that allows you to invest in turnkey real estate. Their goal is to build powerful investment tools that make real estate investing accessible to everyone. They have contractors and property managers available for you with the click of your mouse. While other real estate agents can only offer a property, Home Invest brings you a full turnkey package that allows you to diversify your investments, earn passive income, and start building equity in properties. Their simple, intuitive design allows newcomers and experienced investors alike to hit the ground running and to be able to choose the properties when they want and where they want. View easy to understand charts and data to allow you to buy in only a few clicks or just a simple phone call. With Home Invest, you'll be building your portfolio as quickly or as slowly as you would like. And right now, Home Invest is giving our listeners, Pillar of Wealth Creation listeners, a free course on how to finally win in real estate investing. So go to homeinvest.com/pillars. That's homeinvest.com/pillars to claim your free course today. Hello and welcome to Pillars of Wealth Creation. I'm your host, Todd Dexheimer, and as always on these Hump Day Hustles, I've got John Stiles with me with Bridge Realty. John, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great, Todd. I survived the Minnesota 2019 winter
polar vortex. Yeah, that's it was cold outside, and then all of a sudden it got up to like 40 degrees, and then we got rain, and now it's slippery outside. So we had like a whole week off for the kids of school. We actually, the very last day, we were going out of town for my daughter's competition. So we went out, figure skating competition. So we went out of town then. So they missed that last day on Friday. And then today they had a late start because of the rain we got last night.
Yeah.
And now it's snowing. So, you know what? Hey, that's the excitement of living in the upper Midwest.
Right. If only God had told us of this and put it on the schedule and gone out of town or something.
Exactly. I called my wife up on Monday and I'm like, hey, let's go. Like we can get to, I'm looking at Phoenix. I'm like, we can get to Phoenix for like $150. We can get to Miami for like $190. Let's even go to Denver. We can go skiing. We can get there for $100. So, but she didn't allow that to happen. So we did not take off during the polar vortex. I wish we would have.
Well, got to know who's boss, though.
Yeah. Well, we had a little bit going on and she couldn't take off of work. And
yeah.
So, hey, whatever. Well, cool. So John, what are we going to talk about today?
Well, we're going to talk about investing, right?
Well, that's good.
And
that's what the show's about.
What we talk about a lot here. And the idea of putting all your eggs in one basket or, diversifying and what's the better way to go. So
yeah.
Why don't you give us your thoughts on that?
Well, first, this kind of goes with the theme of last week a little bit, the One Thing by Gary Keller and Jay Papasan. So if you did not listen to the episode, listen to that as well. And if you have not read or listened to the book, do that as well there too. But for me, it's about you hear people say, well, diversify, make sure you've got a lot of things going on in your business, or, you want to have a lot of diversity. So, okay, so now I diversify my business, but then does that then take me away from my main focus and make my business, maybe it's more diversified, but it's less successful? And that's kind of what I think will happen. And so when you're diversifying in your business or in your investing, I think, first of all, we'll expand on this, but I think for the most part, the things that you are focusing on should be more in line with each other. So for me, it's real estate. More specifically, it's multifamily syndication. And then I do other things, right? So I am kind of diversified in a sense. I do some coaching, some one-on-one coaching, but that's very real estate specific. It's multifamily specific. And then I also do this podcast, but again, that's very business and multifamily specific. It plays into my business a lot. So there's that, and then I've got some other stuff that I do, but it's all tied into each other, right? I've got my contracting business, which I don't do a lot with. I've talked about expanding it, and I still may, but it's hard to make that not a distraction. So it's trying to tie it all together. And then I've got my real estate license too, and I've talked about really expanding on that as well. But again, that takes a lot of time commitment. And I do some stuff with that, but it's very specific, and it's still catered towards more or less the one thing, which is real estate, and it was just multifamily as well. So it's trying to stay in your same lane. So I'm all about building a multifaceted business, but making sure it's in the same lane, right? We're multifamily syndicator. If you're a value add investor like I am, adding syndication works perfect, right, with it. Adding a construction company that works on those multifamily could work really well with it. If you want to add a real estate management company that manages multifamily, that could work well with it. The other thing I'll say up on that before I let you go is, when you do these businesses, in my opinion, it's best to more or less perfect one, or get one done really well and be successful, and then add on some of these other businesses. The other really good strategy that I think is helpful, and one of our guests, John Cohn, I can't remember exact episode, he talked about that, and he's got I think it was like 10 businesses when I talked to him last, but how he's got it set up is he's got multiple business partners, and he's essentially just a part of those businesses. He helps make sure the businesses run successfully, but it's multifaceted. It's not like he's got a workout gym that he's a part of, and then he's got this real estate thing that he's a part of, and then he's selling cars at the car dealership. He's not all over the place on it. It's all mainly real estate focused.
Yeah, and there's a lot of good points there. I think we hear the common wisdom is that you should be diversified, right? I mean, if you talk to a financial advisor, that's usually one of the things that they talk about. And there is some wisdom in that. I mean, the thing that they're trying to avoid is if there is a downfall or in one asset class or one type of investment, if you're all invested in that one thing and there's that downturn, well, then there goes all of your investments. So I think that's the idea, behind diversifying. But as somebody who's investing in real estate, we really understand this particular business, right? And so diversifying in some other type of business or some other investment that we have no idea about, we're not going to be able to really see when those downturns might be coming up. And so we might be more exposed to those. Whereas if we are investing in real estate, um, in a type of business that we are very familiar with and understand well, then we can better watch and respond to those movements in the market.
Yeah, so let's talk specifically about actually investing our money into different things. So we've got real estate, right? We've got precious metals. We've got tech companies. If you want, you've got whatever manufacturing companies, all kinds of different, industry. Or you could just say we've got businesses like the stock market. We've got bonds and government stuff. We've got mutual funds. We've got CDs, all kinds of other products. So here's my philosophy is you need to pick something you're going to really focus on and make it yours. So if that's, you're going to be a, investing in startup tech companies, or maybe not even startup, but companies that are partly developed tech companies. Well, make that your own. Learn about the tech companies, consult the tech companies, build an investing kind of niche around that. If you're going to do real estate, again, it's the same thing. Learn about real estate, invest in real estate, and make that your main thing. Now, is it okay to put some money in other places? I absolutely think so. But as you said, you're paying attention to that one industry. I can't learn a ton about tech and really be really good at tech and also be good about on real estate and precious metals and oil and gas and all this other stuff and be good at it and make good money on it. Now, if I just want to protect my nest egg, sure. Should I diversify? Yeah. Throw your money in some mutual funds. And I think a small portion of your money should do that. But if you're truly in the wealth building and you want to build that wealth, you need to take your focus and put it in one thing. And as a one thing says with Gary Keller, he says, I can't remember the exact quote, but it talks about how people say to, don't have all your eggs in one basket. And his philosophy is have all your eggs in one basket and protect that basket. And I think that's great advice. Let's learn that niche, John. So when the real estate market is at a high spot or a soft spot, we know better how to take advantage of that. Now, you're never going to be able to predict everything perfectly, but at least you can better take advantage of that. When we know the fundamentals of, let's call it manufacturing is bad, and maybe those jobs are moving out to different countries, we can take advantage of knowing that, and we can actually make money on that. Hey, I want to interrupt this episode real quick to talk to you about Nate Armstrong, our sponsor, Nate Armstrong. He's with homeinvest.com, and you want to get to know Nate. So go to homeinvest.com and just connect with Nate, talk to him, learn about his operation, what he's got going on. He's a turnkey provider, and it may not be right for you, but it could be the perfect fit. So it doesn't hurt. It's a free call, consultation, just to figure out, what they do, what they have to offer. And worst case is you're going to meet a great person who's really well educated in real estate. He's done a ton of different real estate strategies, and probably is going to teach you a little bit, even on a short conversation with him. So go to homeinvest.com and connect with Nate's company. You're definitely not going to be disappointed. It's worth it. So thanks, and we'll get back to our show.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, again, as real estate investors, we understand this niche, and we can, even if the real estate market is taking a downturn, there's still opportunities. You can still position yourself in the right way to take advantage of that. So I think that adage about don't put all your eggs in one basket maybe is better fitted for somebody who has a full-time job in some really well-to-do career other than, real estate, other than investing. Maybe they're, a doctor, and their one thing is doing surgeries or whatever it is with their profession, and so their investing is kind of something on the side. And then if they don't have time to learn about each of these industries, that's maybe something that they're going to diversify more. So I don't know.
Yeah, and I agree with that to an extent. I still think that's kind of a lazy person's approach. I think even the doctor that's busy and all that, they should take some time to learn about one niche. Pick one niche that you just like the most, whether it be real estate or whatever. It doesn't matter what it is, but pick that niche that you know the most, and then focus on those investments the most. Go ahead and throw some money into your 401k, into some mutual funds, or some bonds and stuff like that. But the majority of your money should then go into that one niche that you've picked out that you really want to learn about, and then actually do well in it. Because I think otherwise, if you're just taking the let's protect our basket and diversify completely, I think it's a lazy person's approach. Expect lazy person results. That's my opinion. I just don't think you're really being diligent about your money, and that's okay if that's what you want. But if you actually expect good results, well, then you've got to take some real action.
Well, there you go. That's good to know where you stand on that.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, everybody's got their own opinions, but just don't, you can't complain about it when it doesn't go well if you haven't done anything about it. If you're just counting on your financial advisor to make you a bunch of money, and then you just open the envelope at the beginning of or the end of the month to see where your results are, and then that's when you gripe about the stock market or whatever is going on. Well, you know what? It's because you're lazy and you're not doing anything about it.
Yeah, and there are plenty of people who are just riding the stock market and then complaining about it's down this year, this quarter, this decade, whatever it is, and complaining about that wish they had weren't paying so much to their advisor to lose money.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So, anyways, I think that's really it. I mean, to me, diversifying is great to an extent. We just have to be able to look after our own best interests, and if we don't focus on one thing, we're not going to. We can't. Then don't complain about it. Nobody wants to hear you complain about it. So don't complain about it. If you're not willing to take control for your own results, you just expect whatever results somebody else wants to give you. And that's really what it's all about.
Yep. And like you said in that, protecting your basket, that's really what it's all about. If you want your wealth to grow, then you got to take, some positive and active actions on there to take control of that. So.
Yep. Absolutely. Well, cool, John. I don't have any more. It's a short episode. That's what I want. I don't have any more. You got anything else?
We can end it there. So to our viewers and our listeners, we appreciate you tuning in. And if you got any comments on diversifying or focusing on your investments, be sure to comment below on the YouTube video, or we can go ahead and discuss this further on our Facebook page, Pillars of Wealth Creation.
Yeah, I want to hear from our financial advisors, what they think about what I just said, because some of them might be kind of upset about that if they're listening. What this guy's talking about not diversifying for?
Yeah.
Cool, right. John. Well, I appreciate it. You have a fantastic rest of the day, man. Make every day Saturday. Are you ready to start investing in real estate today but don't know where to start? Sometimes investing can seem way too complicated, but it actually couldn't be any easier than with HomeInvest.com. You know the co-founder and my friend Nate Armstrong. He appeared on episode 20. And if you haven't heard it, go back and listen to it. Episode number 20. Home Invest is a company that allows you to invest in turnkey real estate. Their goal is to build powerful investment tools that make real estate investing accessible to everyone. They have contractors and property managers available for you with the click of your mouse. While other real estate agents can only offer a property, Home Invest brings you a full turnkey package that allows you to diversify your investments, earn passive income, and start building equity in properties. Their simple, intuitive design allows newcomers and experienced investors alike to hit the ground running and to be able to choose the properties when they want and where they want. View easy to understand charts and data to allow you to buy in only a few clicks or just a simple phone call. With Home Invest, you'll be building your portfolio as quickly or as slowly as you would like. And right now, Home Invest is giving our listeners, Pillar of Wealth Creation listeners, a free course on how to finally win in real estate investing. So go to homeinvest.com/pillars. That's homeinvest.com/pillars to claim your free course today.